What up, what up, what up? Give me a Lima Charlie if you can hear me loud and clear. Man, Prime Day, day one still going down. Ugh. Boy, these deals is crazy, man. They still coming. Pause. Hey, these deals are still coming. Give me a Lima Charlie if you can hear me loud and clear. It's crazy. I thought, you know, I've been up since like 1 in the morning, off and on, getting some sleep. I still work my real day job, and I'm still trying to do stuff here and there and all that good stuff. And then I told myself, myself said what? You know, we gotta pump out some of these deals. Some stuff I want to get for myself, you know, and just some different things I need to try to develop and gather and this, that, and the third. Appreciate the confirmation, David. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. Golly. Oh, my grape. Hey, man. So I wanted to do another live stream. And earlier I was like focused on getting the content out. There's a few other deals that I found, but then also I want to take your questions, inquiries, things like, hey, X, have you seen this? X, have you seen that? You know, what discoveries have you had in this realm? And kind of just take and see where we go for a little bit and all that good stuff. This time I want to focus on some more man cave stuff. We still got some EDC stuff. Don't get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. One of these EDC items has me grossly excited. It's like disgustingly excited, bro. It's disgusting. 40% off a website, the entire website. I said, oh, y'all are not playing around. So we got to talk about that. We got to jump into some of these other deals as well. I got to light up this doggone stick. We're gonna have a JR alternatives, man, from jrcigars.com. It's backwards because I have my camera mirrored right now, but so I told myself, you know, let's have a freaking stick. Let's kind of get it going and all of that good stuff. Russell, I see you in the building as well. I appreciate you kicking the door in. Sucker Free is in the building. Appreciate it. Hopefully you're having a good evening wherever it is for you. Let's see. David Bogan, what up, man? Thanks for kicking the door in. True Budget EDC says, yo, X, what up, man? Appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. As I was mentioning earlier, my channel members, I found out what I'm going to give you guys. It's from this website that we're about to talk about. I'm going to give some knives, well, M390 knives. Well, you don't have to be at the live stream to be a channel member. I have all your information on an Excel spreadsheet. I'll do my drawing here soon. I'll announce it in the Discord. I'll announce it in a video. I'll announce it on the community page. I appreciate you guys always supporting via channel memberships. That's always super appreciated. So first, let's talk about some things that I actually acquired for the deal so far. Okay, so I did pick up the Nike. It actually might be delivered here soon. It says it's supposed to be between $1,900 and $2,100 for my new Nitecore M21 something. I forgot the name of it. I've been so excited for this thing, man. Oh, it's already delivered. It's already, hold on real quick. Hey, Google, broadcast girls, go get that package off the front door and bring it to me. We got to get it. We got to see what it is. So we got, my package just got delivered for the Nitecore M2, the MT2A Pro. Long names, tremendous results, man. So we got this thing inbound already. So I did decide to pick this up, man. I also ordered just some stuff for around the house. It's a little bit more boring, but I've been participating in the deals as well. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of keep it real with you guys. I kind of been participating in those deals as well. And so for me, I just wanted to get stuff that I think made useful for the house. I got some stuff that kind of goes in different rooms and just all that good stuff. But the thing I'm excited about is this Nitecore M22A Pro EDC. It's disgustingly long name. Disgustingly, thank you. Disgustingly long name and all that good stuff. But, you know, let's just see what this is real quick. I don't really like unboxings. I'm just going to open it up and see what this. All right, so this is what we're working with, man. So the Nitecore, okay, it's mirrored, obviously. Let's just pull it out. I was interested in picking this thing up because I did get its little brother, and this one here had me intrigued, mainly because of its size. Giggity. I wanted something with a little bit more length, not as much girth. Pause. So hold on, where's the pocket clip? Does it not have a pocket clip, or did mine fall off? All right, so I'm seeing the flashlight, but I don't see a pocket clip. let's see. Let me, oh, okay. You have to attach it. So in the bag itself, you get the lanyard, the pocket clip, the charger, and you get a charging cable. And this is using UHI LEDs, which Nitecore slowly but surely starting to change into those more and more for some of their LEDs. They're changing that for like the EDC 27s. Those are changing to those LEDs. This one's using UHIs. So this is what I had before. This is the Nitecore MT1C Pro. And so you can tell there's a significant difference in size. I'm not really worried about the length. I was more concerned about the girth. So now that's why I went ahead and made this purchase, because as much as I like the little MT, these names are disgusting. Size doesn't matter if you know how to use it, says David. Hey, it's so true, man. It's so freaking true. And but the thing is I saw this on Gideon Tacticals. It feels weird to fling this thing around like this. I saw this on Gideon Tacticals video. He featured it, and I was like, bro, that is so smart, because it uses this long rechargeable battery. This battery is the size of 2 AA's. So when this thing runs out, I could just throw 2 AA's in here. It has this USB Type-C recharging right there, right? But it still kind of just gets the job done. So I'm going to throw this on the charger. Let's see if it has any light right now. Oh, it's already, I mean, I could throw it on the charger, but we're gonna throw it on the charger for the sake of making sure I have a full battery before I put it in a pouch, because I would hate to think that I'm good to go and, you know, I'm not, right? So we'll throw this on the charger. All right, so that's one thing that I picked up, and I got some stuff around the house, but there's more things that are on my mind. There's more things that's on my mind. First thing we gotta talk about is this Daily Carry Co. They went bonkers with it, man. They went balls to the freaking wall. Pause. They saw me feature their knives in the live stream earlier, got into the DMs. They said, X, we got a 40% off code for the entire website for your followers. It only works for your followers. Well, anybody could use it, but you guys would discover it, right? And it's crazy that 40% off the entire freaking website. Let me tell you something. I've kept it real with them. I told them I'm not a big fan of their pry bars because I don't like pry bars like that. But people like Daily Carry Co. pry bars. People like Daily Carry Co. gravity knives. These TI slides, the AI slide, which is an incredible price, $99. So let's just add the AI slide to the cart. Let's just take this out. So 99 bucks normally, right? Let's just go to checkout. Normally, if you use code MarineX, you get 10% off. But if you use the code that they gave me today, you're going to get 40% off your purchase on their website. Crazy, bro. They are trying to compete. They are trying to compete with their own Amazon deals. They're literally trying to compete with their own Amazon deals. I thought that was bonkers. I mean, M390 blade still, I am not trying to freaking stroke their freaking ego. I am not trying to stroke their ego. I'm just saying, like, there's people that are interested in this stuff. I think that if you've been interested in anything from Daily Carry Co., either their knives, their toothpicks, their pouches, which I've talked about several times, because they saw me feature this on the live stream earlier, and they were like, you know what, X, we want to beat our own pricing. 40% off this. What is 4 times 4? $16 minus $16 on this. That's cheaper than Amazon right now. That is cheaper than Amazon. That's cheaper than Amazon right now. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm carrying right now. I am using the Zipmate EDC pouch. The flashlight is missing because it's in my left pocket right now, but I still have my normal knife that's in here, which is the Benchmade bailout. I mean, I won't lie to you. I thought this was really good. I told him, I said, you know what, guys, I appreciate you guys giving me that code. I'll lead the live stream with you guys. Little area on the back if you want to throw your patches and stuff. And then the very pack, I keep my Zippo lighter and all that other type of stuff. So, hey, listen, code, all that stuff is in the description. If you decide you want to get something from them, hey, listen, have at it. I thought that was one heck of a deal. I'm still updating this. The MarineX Prime Day list is being updated constantly. Okay, it's being updated constantly. So earlier was 99 items on there. Now it's 118. I saw somebody in chat say that they saw the MB 10,000 is back to regular price. The MicroStream is back to regular price. Your earlier video, way out of date already. Thought sales was 2 days. Yeah, you know what's so crazy about that Orange Man Rising is that the way Prime Day works. God damn, Orange Man, you're all over my face. Pause. Get off me. The way that this works for Prime Day is that, you know, these algorithms meet certain marks. Once they sell a certain amount, once they hit a certain amount, the algorithm automatically raises the price, or, you know, they put stuff as out of stock. So I can't control that, right? So that's why a lot of us do a couple of live streams, we do a couple of videos, stuff gets added. Like some of the things that was not here earlier have popped their freaking lovely heads up, such as the Leatherman Wave Plus has been added. The Leatherman Wave Plus has already been added. You said you already picked it up. Just return it. You could try to return it to Amazon, or you could also just see if Daily Carry Code will honor the price, and they might give you a partial refund. But the Leatherman Wave, let me see if this thing is going back up. So that thing here, I don't know what's going on with that. Hold on. But the Leatherman Wave Plus, has been added to the list. They've also added some other stuff. Let's talk about a few other things that they've added as well. So hold on, wait. Let's see if this thing here, the Leatherman Wave Plus, normally for this specific kit, it is normally $174. Normally $174.94. They have dropped this down to literally the price of what the Leatherman Wave Plus is by itself with no additional items. What am I talking about? You're going to get the Leatherman Wave Plus, the bit driver extender, plus the bit bundle. I will say this, Leatherman, y'all are a little effed up for adding this later in the day. They did this shit on purpose. This is more value than the Leatherman free P4 deal that I showed you guys earlier. This is more value. You're getting their bits, even though their bits are soft. Admittedly, a lot of people do say that their bits are a little soft and they break, but you're still getting the bits. You're getting a micro driver bit. It comes installed with a micro bit. You're getting the bit extender. You get a pouch, and you get the Leatherman Wave Plus. Only thing you're missing is a pocket clip, which you can buy that on your own for like $7. Like, come on, bro. $119 for this. That is an incredible savings. When does this expire? I don't know. Prime exclusive. I thought I should bring this to your attention. That's something that definitely caught mine. Something that definitely caught my attention. So there's other things that kind of caught my attention. For instance, Coast. We talked about Coast earlier today. They've decided to meet their own website pricing. Earlier, I told you that their website pricing for this specific flashlight was $59.99. I checked earlier. This did not exist. They're now matching their website pricing with the Coast Slayer 1150 lumen flashlight. It's kind of like shaped like the EDC 27, like the Streamlight Wedge. That's what they're competing with. When they have this flashlight 1150 lumens, they are directly competing with the Streamlight Wedge. I want you to take a photographic memory of these specs. 1150 lumens, USB Type C recharging. This has a flood beam and a spot beam, which the Streamlight Wedge does not. $60. Let's just check out Field Trip. Streamlight Wedge is the Streamlight Wedge. First off, Streamlight Wedge is the normal price. Mistake, Streamlight. You're missing out on those. You're missing out on those those W's that y'all could be getting. But these specs are similar. Okay, 300 lumens for the working mode. This has a turbo mode of 1,000 lumens. This only has a floodlight. This thing here, $88, $168. They just inflated that. This thing's never been $68. But this thing has 1,000 lumens throw mode. So when Coast came up with that flashlight, they were directly competing with the likes of the Streamlight Wedge, the Olight Arcvale. That's what they're trying to compete with. This has a little bit worse of an IPX rating, IP67 rating. I think that means it can go under, what, a meter of water for 30 minutes? Somebody let me know what IP67 means. I can't quite remember, but it does make it basically waterproof, but not forever, okay? They're also trying to compete with the EDC 27. That's what this Coast flashlight is really trying to fit itself in. Between the EDC 27, which I love, between the All that other. Ember says I'm trying to milk y'all on. I ain't trying to milk nothing. Ember, let me tell you something, man. Ember, let me tell you something. Okay, let me tell you something. You know, I put my pants on one leg at a time, and I'm a grown person, as I assume you are, unless you're a teenager who doesn't know shit. Okay, so you're grown. You don't have to buy anything. Just because I've done the research on this stuff and I'm trying to present it to you, hey, listen, it is up to you. But you are more than welcome to pound sand. I'm just trying to present options for folks. All right, I'm just saying. But do you, boo-boo. Do you. Some folks want to indulge. Hey, it just be like that real quick, man. He says, I'm just kidding. I love you. Hey, it's all good, man. It's all good. But one thing I would say is, it's just like these companies are always trying to fit themselves in and just figure out where can they compete. Now, for me, the top of the totem pole is to the EDC 27. You know what I'm saying? It kind of just fits that way. Brian's Tech, I see you outside, man. But everybody's coming through. This is still a good ass deal. Do I still own the Wave Plus? Do I still own the? I think I still own the Wave Plus. If I don't own the Wave Plus, I need to. If I still own the Wave Plus, I need to give it away. The fact that I can't remember if I own it, that lets you know how long it's been since I carried it. I think I sold the Wave Plus. I know for a fact I still own that the shitty ass Wingman. I need to give that goddamn Wingman away. Let's talk about some other stuff real quick as well. Also in chat, I'm paying attention to chat. If there's anything, you know what I'm saying? If there's anything you want me to look up, you're curious, like, hey, X, have you seen deals on this? We might just explore that together. All as a tribe called Quest. We'll call it a field trip tribe. A Coolidor. Listen, I talk about man cave stuff all the time. I have a 300 count Coolidor, which is what I use to hold my sticks. This can hold up to 150 sticks. It might be something that you may want to look into. If you're into sticks already, you know that you're used to having like the tabletop humidors or whatever. I am an advocate of Coolidors that you can plug them up. It's easier to maintain the humidity levels. They have a bottom pull-out drawer and all of that good stuff. Now, I am thinking about downsizing because my Coolidor holds 300 sticks. I never have more than 80 sticks inside of my Coolidor. And it takes me, 80 sticks might take me literally six to 8 months to smoke. Right? So it really just depends. You know what I'm saying? It really just depends. But this is a great price. Normally $149.99, 20% off $119. Let's check the pricing on this. Okay, so look, it went down to $129 in June, and it stayed at its normal price. So it's never been $119. It's never been $119. Hey guys, I tell you, if you're going to be thinking about getting any of these deals, always check the historical pricing. Does it make sense for this? If you're trying to get something like this, the historical pricing does say that this makes sense to make the purchase for 120 bucks. All right. Something else to look at. I just purchased this earlier. I wish I would have pumped my brakes a little bit, because as I was purchasing this, my daughter came out and was like, hey dad, can you buy such and such and such? It's on Prime. It's on the Prime day. I was like, oh, why couldn't you tell me 20 minutes ago? I could have added it to this order. But, you know, I really wanted to get more of the history knowledge of cigar knowledge. I have the same type of chart for knife knowledge. So I was like, hey, why not get this thing, learn a little bit more about sticks, the different rows of them, the gauging of them, the actual color of the outside tobacco or the binders, what we call it, and all the other type of stuff, how to light a cigar, how to smoke a cigar, all this. So I bought this thing. I mean, this thing was normally $12.99. It's $7.18. I thought I was presented to you as well. I get a lot of questions about coffee and cigars around here. Any medical item deals? Yeah, we'll look that up, True Budget. That's a good question, because the only thing I saw was the SOG shears for like cutting open jeans and shirts. You know what I'm saying? Because I think you work in the medical industry, right? In nursing, or you're a doctor, one of the two. Another Coolidor that kind of caught my attention. This one can hold 100 to 150. I like the aesthetics of this one a little bit more. I think I would spend the $8 and get this one. You're also saving a little bit more money. This has 4 drawers. I don't know if any of these pull out, but let's see the pricing on this. So 169, 159. So I don't know if it's ever been cheaper than that. I guess I could go out to all time. So here's the all time pricing for this thing since they listed it on Amazon in December of 2023. It's never been this price. Here's another one, right? Here's another one where it's just like this might be something that you may want to pick up if you've been thinking about getting a Coolidor to house your stuff as well. Here's another find. Listen, normally for my man cave type of stuff, I like refrigerators that have a glass in the front that you can see if you're low on stock or whatever. I normally don't buy stuff where I can't see what's inside, but this one kind of caught my attention. Normally $249, $175. Looks like it has a freezer, and it has, is that a who's putting a whole turkey that's not in anything in their freezer? Who stores their who stores raw meat in a freezer just free balling? Let me put a 1 in the chat if your raw meat is just free balling in your freezer. Who photoshopped this? Listen, if I come to your man cave and you have a hand, if you have a turkey just free balling and the in the freezer portion, I'm not taking anything that you offer, okay? I'm not taking anything that you offer. Pocket Theory says I got a knife fill for $30 a few weeks back. Thank you. Hey man, appreciate you, man. But yeah, this thing caught my attention. Minus the big ass turkey they got sitting in there. It seems like the red one's even cheaper. I don't know if it's the same dimensions, but I mean, look at this deal. $249 to $109. That's a screaming good deal. Even better pricing. Me personally, I would probably just get the red or get the black and save the maximum amount of money, but just kind of wanted to bring that to your attention as well. Minus the turkey. Like, oh my God, bro. Just straight free ball in the freezer. Hey, this is the more traditional kind. So one thing I will say about my current fridge in my man cave is that it can't handle this Texas heat. In my man cave right now, it is, okay, it's 81 degrees. And outside it is 96 degrees here in Texas. So I have an AC next to me. That's why you hear buzzing on the mic. I'm not turning my AC off. I love you guys, but it's freaking hot. And so in the man cave right now, it's 81 degrees. My AC's doing okay. I got an exhaust fan pulling hot air and it's pulling smoke out of the garage. I got a fan to my left. I installed a ceiling fan last week. This area of the man cave is nice and it is nice and toasty. You hear me? It's feeling real good. It's feeling real nice right in this area. But on the other side of that black curtain behind me is the other parts of this garage. This is a 3-car garage. 1 car garage is my YouTube area and where I work. The other 2 are for the house, for the family. That's where my refrigerator is. It can over there is probably like 90 degrees. A whole different temperature over there. So I think I might want to get a new fridge, see if I can get something that can just has a better compressor, better condenser, just better at cooling itself. So this thing says it can get down to 48. Mine only gets down to like 52. I don't like that shit. I wish I can get a fridge that can get down to like 37. This thing's normally $269. This is going down to $199. And then they have a 5% clickable coupon as well. Let me check the pricing on this. It's been $199 before, so I'm not going to freaking cream myself trying to get this thing right now. Look at this pricing. This is why I like these price trackers. Because now I see this at $199. I'm like, it's not really that good of a deal. But it's something to present to you as well. Hey, listen, freshman move-in day is right around the corner. Freshman move-in day is right around the corner. It's time to get your freshmen the small things they need to be the person in the dorm room that is not self-reliant on. What is the person in the dorms? That it's normally the tattletale. Who's the tattletale in the dorms? They sit at the front desk. They make sure the people aren't going upstairs and going 20 toes with each other. What's the name of the tattletale in the dorms? Are they called a RA or something like that? I know somebody in chat knows who they are. But the thing is when you send your freshmen to college, it's coming up soon. You're going to have all those Greek men standing out there on freshman move-in day eyeing your freshmen. You should give them some type of legal weapon to protect themselves. You should give them something to protect themselves. Maybe they can't carry a knife because it's on some type of college. They got all sorts of rules. Maybe they can't, an RA, that's what it is, a monitor. Okay. Maybe they can't carry a boomstick. Give them a Hoto, give them a Hoto screwdriver, a fat one. Give them a fat one. Maybe that'll be a way. They can also put their own furniture together. They can also let some folks borrow. They could be the person in the dorm room with the little magnetic tip, the screwdriver set that's always ready to rock and roll. You can also put this in your kitchen trunk drawer. $39 is, let me tell you something. If you like the aesthetics of this, you live in an apartment, you know what I'm saying, and all that type of stuff, and you really like this, then grab it. But I would say that $39 is a little expensive for the junk drawer. I know this seems like a good deal, but it looks great. It comes with a bunch of bits. It's 3.6 volts. It has 3 torque speeds, which is pretty nice. I like the aesthetics of it. You know, that's pretty cool. But let me just show you something that's probably a little bit cheaper. Let's go with a skill. If you really want something for your kitchen junk drawer, just get the skill. I mean, why would you spend $39 on that when I can show you 2 options? You can either get this thing here, which I wouldn't probably get this one. This is the exact one that I own. This one's cool, but it uses micro USB. But this thing's 27 bucks. I'll even add this to the list just in case you guys want to snatch it up. You know, this one's 27 bucks, and it comes with a case. It comes with way more bits. It has its own charging cable. You know, this one also is a 3.6 volts or 4 volts. They round it up. Same thing. Or I probably would just get this for 14 bucks. I mean, just me personally. I don't see a need for the Hoto. But if you like the Hoto, if you like that Hoto, man, like, why not? Why not just go for it? Let me just continue to update. I'm gonna paste in the link for the I'll paste in the link for the list as I'm updating it, so you can click on that if you see anything that I'm adding to it. That'll be a running list. One of my mods can also copy that and paste it from time to time as well. But that's something that's interesting that you might want to check out. Then let's see here. Now, before I move on to the next one, I saw that True Budget said let's look up some medical stuff. Yeah, that's not a bad price for the skill. I agree with that. Matter of fact, let me see, because when I got the skill, when did I buy it? I know I bought it. Okay, so I bought this in June of 2023, according to a little Amazon stat right here. I don't know what I bought this for, but this is what's in my kitchen junk drawer right now. I feel like I got hoed a little bit because I didn't know it was micro USB. It just says USB charging, right? So when I got it and I saw it was micro USB, I knew immediately it had to go in the kitchen junk drawer. It couldn't go in the man cave. I need everything in my freaking I need everything to be USB-C in the man cave. So it went directly into the junk drawer, but I'm not going to get rid of it because it still puts together IKEA furniture. You know what I'm saying? It still does. Ember says that Hoto price. The Hoto was still fire. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Like, it's still fire at 39 bucks. But when I give you perspective, you're paying $20 additional or $8 additional for the aesthetics, because there's still 4 volts. Who cares about 3 torque settings when it's a 4 volt drill? Like, who cares about that, right? So that's something to think about as well. Let's see. True Budget says, let me go back up here. Shit, give me that turkey. Bro, you don't want that turkey. Hey, Semper Fi, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you kicking the door in. The hall monitor, yeah, the RA. Put a Q colon in front of your stuff. If you put a Q colon in front of your question, it's gonna help me see it a little bit better. So like this, you see True Budget put a Q and a colon in front of his comment, and it helped me identify it easier. Any medical items. Let's see if we can see any medical items. So we're gonna go to Prime Day deals here, and we'll just put in, like, what type of medical items though? Because I know I saw some med kits. Like, I mean, there's a lot of medical items. Just let me know specifically what you will want. Now, I would say the Adventure Medical Kit, if they have that on the deals, oh, it's a wrap. Adventure Med Kits. I don't know if they have them on here. They probably don't. Nah, they don't have them. Because there's 2 companies I like for my med kits. I like Adventure Medical Kits, and I think it's called 11TAC. I need to look it up. Field Trip. Let's look it up. Because I know that there's a couple of companies I'm a big fan of. 1110, yeah, it's right here. 1110 is one of my favorite for the trauma kits. 1110 makes some fantastic stuff, but none of their stuff is on Prime. But this is what I keep in the back of my truck. So the back of my truck has an 1110 rigid tourniquet case mounted to my molly, in the back of my truck with a tourniquet always loaded. And then I for my enhanced trauma kit, I use this kit right here, which is really should be like $100. I think this is just an empty case. I don't think there's anything in it. Yeah, this is just an empty case. If you want the full like kit, it's like $100, but it comes with a SWAT tourniquet, it comes with an Israeli bandage. It has everything that you need to kind of be ready to rock and roll. Let me see. Let's just go here and go to their store real quick. I wish they did participate in it, but I don't think they have a need for it. I think they're kind of like, yeah, we're good. We could just do what we see fit. So they have the full kit, the Tim's kit for $114. This is just the pouch. This doesn't even have the items inside. So I think they want you to go to their website, but that's something to think about. Let me know what specific item, True Budget, like if you want me to see, because I know that earlier I saw shears, right? I saw the SOG had their shears, and that was on the sale as well. And there's obviously other emergency Raptor shield, like the duplicates or the clones of the Leatherman Raptor tools. A lot of those folks are pumping those things out as well. I've already added this to the list. I think this is a good add to the list as well, because if you're trying to put together a med kit, I mean, $29.99 or $22, 1%, it doesn't feel like a good deal. I guess it is a decent deal. It just doesn't, it feels a little icky. It doesn't feel like I'm really getting the best deal ever. This purple one might even be a better deal, even though it costs a little bit more. I'll throw it on there, and it's something that you can investigate if you want to check it out. We'll just throw that on the list as well, so you can check that out and all that good stuff. Let me know what else you were interested in. It says, what do you guys think about the Leatherman Wave Plus? Yeah, see, the thing is that Leatherman Wave Plus, I think, is a fantastic multi-tool. I have a few gripes, moans, and complaints about it. One of them being that specifically it has security bits right here on the side. I know it's hard to see here, but if you look on the screen there, it uses security bits to take it apart. Now, how often are you going to take your Leatherman apart? Probably never, but I like to tinker and mod my shit a little bit. I literally could not find two, because you have to use two security bits to take it apart, one on both sides, right? So I couldn't find two of the same bits, so I'm running all over the man caves, you know what I'm saying, etc., etc. And that kind of got on my nerves. Now I don't know if there's security bits on no, there's not a security bit on the cutter, so that's an easy swap. And it doesn't have a pocket clip. But at this price, $119 for all this shit, bruh, 25-year warranty. Ugh, this is a good deal. Now you got to just spend your little $7, get your pocket clip, you're ready to rock and roll. I got the P4 in the, oh man, he says in the crunch, and he says it's overpowered. You know, the thing about the crunch is I wanted to get the crunch. I wanted to get the garage. I used to have the mutt, and I was kind of right there with you. For me personally, the mutt is a little bit OP, and a few other multi-tools are OP for the type of shit that I do. So I've sold them, but other people might be able to find those type of deals as well, right? Cold Steel Trail Boss Axe is $37. Really? Let's check that out real quick. It's just always so many different things. Let's see. Cold Steel's having a lot of just deals all together. Cold Steel's been making, you know, they've been doing stuff since what, the early 90s. You know, they've been a company since the early 80s, but they've been making the most ridiculous commercials ever since the early 90s. And so I've always just, I don't want to ash this. This is the part of the cigar that makes me nervous, okay? Because I don't like to ash my cigars. Ashing your cigar is when you purposely don't you don't take the ash off yourself, you let it fall off. But I hate whenever I'm on live and I'm smoking a stick, because I don't want to ash on my keyboard or my microphone. But then oh man. Anyway, take you off topic. The Tomahawk specifically, $28. That's not a huge savings. Are you talking about the Tomahawk? Yeah. Russell says, I have the mutts, but I never use it. It just chills in my range bag. You know what happened with me, Russell? I was kind of in the same boat. And then you know what happened? I ended up getting the Avid multi-tool. I ended up getting the real Avid multi-tool, and I ended up using this thing. Let me go to regular items. That's not what I want. Regular items. So I get the real Avid multi-tool, which is specifically designed to be used with your guns. And it's way better than the mutt. You know what I'm saying? It's way better than the mutt when it comes to working on your multi-tools. Like the AR tool is good. They have this, I have this big comprehensive set, which is really good at working on my shotguns. So once I got these two multi-tools, it was just like I had no need at all to have the MUT anymore, because this thing can do everything the MUT can do, and it costs less than half the price. Field trip, let's go to their actual website. Let's go to their actual website. So this is the, which one do I have? This one right here. I have the Gun Tool Pro. I have the Gun Tool Pro. Look at this, 45 bucks. And you're going to be able to do everything that you need to do while you're on the firing line with your freaking boomstick. I think this price might be dropped for Prime Day, because I don't remember spending this little bit of money. I feel like I spent more than this. So between this and my Fix-It sticks, I'm good to go when it comes to my boomstick stuff. I'm pretty good to go when it comes to my boomstick stuff. Let me see, is Fix-It sticks having anything going on? I doubt it. Fix-It sticks. No, they still, there's their normal expensive prices. They still got their normal expensive prices. Let me see what else you got over here. It says, do Rovyvon have any sales? Oh, they got a ton, bro. They got a ton. Some of them are already on the list that I've created. Click on that link and check them out. But they have a ton. They are trying to compete. They're trying to freaking expand their little wings and let themselves blossom and fly. They got a ton of stuff that they put on here, and they're rotating new items on this. I bet tonight and tomorrow they're going to have some new stuff on here. The Angel Eyes E30 is directly competing with the Nitecore EDC 27. They also have the Angel Eyes. I forget what the other one's called. They have a couple of flat versions of their flashlights, but they have a ton of stuff on special, and these are specials a little bit more than the specials they run every freaking week, right? He says just Ash. I know. It just ashed itself. It just ashed itself. So I'm good. But it's crazy because these folks are trying to compete, of course, but there's just so many of them, man. It says USB-C Rovyvon I want. I think they've transitioned almost everything in their lineup to USB-C. I got one from my 1911. Oh, man. Think I should I join the Discord and link it? Yeah, you could throw it in there. If you join the Discord, go to the marinex.com/Discord. Also, Chris is pasting the Discord link throughout the chat. Let's see. Field trip. The marinex.com/Discord. We'll throw this in here. That way you can see that. And then I'm going to pin this comment. Appreciate that, Chris. So I just threw the Discord in there if you want to check it out and join. I should have them out in the Discord just in case you're having to figure out if you're trying to figure out how to get yourself verified. Let's see. Is shit they cheap now? So I noticed you got the M2A recently. How do you feel about it so far? Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I have no feelings about it yet. I just unboxed it at the beginning of this stream. Here it is right here. The battery's out of it right now because I'm charging it. But the reason I bought this is because it's the first time it's been on sale since they released it. It's been released for almost a year, and I was carrying the new M21C Pro. But if you just want my first impressions are going to be like a teenage girl that just got her freaking dress for prom. It's so lovely. I can't wait to put it on. But, you know, I might get to the dance and figure out the shit is stretchy and the straps keep falling off my shoulders and people keep stepping on the back of the dress and people can see my underwear. So I don't know how I feel about the shit yet. Right now, I'm still in the honeymoon phase, okay? I like the knurling. It looks good in the hand. It's just the right size, giggity. It's going to fit in my pouch just right. So it's going to fit right here in my nutsack. And I'm going to put it into, it disappears into the nutsack easily. So that's what it's going to get outfitted for once the battery's done charging and stuff like that. I'm excited about it, bro. I'm excited about that. You know what I'm saying? What else y'all got in regards to things you want to look up real quick? It's so crazy because some of the stuff, I got to grab the Gun Pro tools as well. Got that as well. Oh yeah, definitely. Absolutely, man. Mike and Ike, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. Appreciate that, man. He says, what are you smoking? I am smoking a JR cigar. So I buy a lot of sticks from JR Cigars, and I buy their alternatives, which are hand rolled on real farms, but they have to put their bands on it. I don't know which farm they rolled this shit on. It's box press. Shit is good. I bought a box of 20 of them. And they're easy smokers for me. They stay lit. I had this test when I smoke cigars called the 5-minute test, which is not a real test in cigars. But because I run my mouth a lot of times I'm like, can this stick stay lit for 5 minutes while I run my freaking grape? And if it can, it's a good stick. I'm gonna rock with it. Okay, I fucks with that stick. It's always something interesting. So as I was mentioning earlier, guys, I'm constantly updating this list here with the new items. Let's refresh to see anything new that I've just thrown on here. You see I added those items on the front. But another thing that was brought to my attention earlier, this is the literal speaker that I use every single day. Is it a part of my everyday carry? I guess technically. I didn't get this for $47. I got it on sale for $56. I thought I got a good deal. I bought this in May of 2024. I use this on my bike, on my e-bike. I use this whenever I'm just freaking going on a ruck. I'll put this on the back of my bag and just play music very lowly, because sometimes I don't like putting earbuds in my ears, even though I like my earbuds. So this thing is now $47.99. That's a savings of 40%. No one spends $79.99 on this thing. Let's just keep it real. Like I said, I did buy this thing for $56. I got it in black. It's a great little speaker to have with you if you're doing everyday carry type of stuff. You go to a coffee shop, they don't care if you play your music on the patio, you're just vibing out, you're working out, whatever. I like having little speakers around. 12 hours of playtime is freaking accurate. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a pretty accurate statement, because my 15-year-old also uses this speaker and it's still kind of just rocking out and hanging on as well. So another few things that kind of caught my attention is like this True. Have you guys heard of True? This is a company called True. They just started putting out stuff. They're not making it. They're OEMing it from China somewhere. But they have an address in Fort Worth, Texas, which is 50 minutes away from me. I've never heard of this company. All of a sudden, I was in Ace Hardware last week, or maybe let's call it a month ago. I went to Ace Hardware to get some. I was hanging wallpaper. I ran out of glue, right? Wallpaper glue. So I went up there to get some more wallpaper glue, and I see this multi-tool sitting in the checkout. And I was like, what is this? And of course, the guy behind the counter, he doesn't know anything about multi-tools and knives. He's like, oh yeah, it's one of our best sellers, man. People say that thing's great. It can cut through anything. I was like, yeah, right. It can cut through anything for the first week, and then it loses a factory edge. He's looked at me like I was crazy. But this company has been selling a lot of EDC stuff all of a sudden. Anybody fuck around with this before? The True Titanium Block Multi-Tool. A Tanto blade that has a scraper, a bottle cap lifter, a pocket clip, magnetic bit driver. I mean, $16.99 for a bit driver that looks like it's going to be straight in line, which makes it really easy to use, magnetic. I kind of like this price. That's the only thing that made me put it on the list. It has 61 reviews from real people, and they seem to like it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you know, maybe it's something I need to check out. I don't know. Let me know if you guys have ever messed with them at all as well. Okay, so the price looks like it went back up. I need to take that back off. The Civivi added a couple of knives since we guys last spoke. So Civivi added the cash, or is it the cachet? However they pronounce this thing, 50% off. So when I told you guys about the Civivi Synergy, that 50% off deal has since ended. Feel like a nincompoop because I put that in a whole video. And then they added something else to the 50% off deal. Civivi Cachet. It's called the Cash, however you pronounce it. Pound sand. 14C28N G10 inlays on these scales. So for me personally, I like the way this looks. I normally like a knife that has a thumb stud on it. I'm not a big fan of flipper only knives, but if you're gonna give me a knife that's attractive like this, then you might be able to get me to slide my panties off. Okay, this is an interesting look. I kind of like the way this thing looks. Now, no one's paying $99 for this. Something tells me that people are probably spending. Let me check the price history. I guess people are paying $99. At one point, they had a used one for $60, but it looks like it stayed at $99. This might be a good price. Let me check all the pricing. So if I go for this thing has been on Amazon for 646 days. That is disgusting. This thing can't be that old. So it looks like this thing did drop to $54 in March of 2024. So this is the lowest price that it's ever been. So if you like the way this looks, Civivi, listen, I say this about Civivi and Kaiser and Kubi all the time. They're flooding the market with their knives. It's a lot of them. It's a ton of them. Cachet says it's the shit is French. Cachet. I've been doing I've been a good boy. I only got Ring camera 40% off, says Vegas Dad. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. Man, listen, you sound like me. I've literally bought a couple of things for the house. I bought a couple of things for my YouTube cameras, which are boring, like SD cards and stuff like that. And I'm about to buy my daughter some stuff for her eye, which, that she wanted me to pick up. So I'm like, hey, I'm actually doing pretty freaking good, man. Doing pretty freaking good. A couple other things that were added on here. I don't like fidgets. I don't like stuff to play with. But hey, I know you might have kids that come into your workspace. Maybe you work from home. Maybe you just want to be able to spin a top while you're sitting at your desk. That's why I put this on the list. It's normally 16 bucks, 30% off, $11.19. There you go. Grab that up if you see that as well. Stainless steel, nice little fidget toy. Spins for over 6 minutes. What? 6 minutes? Can these spinning tops really spin for 6 minutes? Is that true? Let me just look at the goddamn ratings. Does anybody have a video on their ratings? No one has a video. Ugh. 6 minutes? And then this guy has the actual thing that's supposed to spin on, right? He says that it's long running. The longest runtime I got was 4.5 minutes. Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. That might be something that you might want to take a look at as well. Somebody told me about the Remit knife. Now listen, the Remit Rhino is back at it again. The Remit Rhino is back at it again. This is the lowest. This is not listed as a Prime Day deal, but I checked the Remit Rhino because let me tell you something. The Remit Rhino is a fantastic EDC knife. For this 14C28N blade steel. If someone said, hold on, I like this song. I'm sorry. I like this goddamn song. Give me a second, man. Just give me a second. I'm sorry. Just give me a second, man. Okay, let me get back to it. Where's my mouse? Okay, let me get back to it, man. My bad. That song slaps for me. Listen, the Remit Rhino is something that is just, I've been a big fan of this thing. So they sent this to me. It's probably been a year and a half ago. And they sent it to me in the green micarta scales, which look beautiful. If I carried this thing, you know what I'm saying? If I carried this thing, it says move to the beat. No, I'm moving to the beat. You got to remember there's a delay. You know what I'm saying? So what I hear in the dead headphones is different with what y'all see. But it's so crazy because this thing here is very easy to sharpen. That is my favorite part of the Remit Rhino. Sandblasted 14C28N. Yeah, okay, I understand all that. All that makes sense. But the best part for me is literally the ease of sharpening for this. Russell says, what's that green glowing behind me? That is the Olight O-Bulb. Let me see, did I have the Olight O-Bulb? Or the O-Lamp. Let's check, let's look that up real quick. Field trip. Olight O-Lamp. Does that thing still exist? So the Olight O-Lamp is what you see behind me. It's still for sale. It's 99 bucks. That's how much it was when they released it. Hey, I've had this thing for going on 2 years, and I talked a lot of shit about it in my review, but I still use the shit all the time. And I bought this thing myself. Olight didn't send this to me. I wonder if they're gonna sell this on Amazon ever. Let's just look it up real quick. The Olight, because I think they removed it from Amazon. They used to sell it on Amazon. I think it's gone. But yeah, it's the Olight O-Lamp. And it's actually a nice little lamp, man. It sits on my work desk. The desk that you see behind me is the desk that I use for, let me look at office. Yeah, I think that, man, Olight has a lot of freaking deals going on right now. Olight has a lot of deals going on. But yeah, the desk you see behind me, that's my work desk. I told you I don't do this full time, so that's where I sit down and do like work for my normal job. I believe True is made by Nebo. Really? See, that's what I'm saying. Their address is in Fort Worth. Of course, I know they have to be white glove by somebody. And so the fact that they have similar footprints to Nebo, yeah, I can see that. James, I can see that, bro. I can see the vibes. I never even heard of Nebo until you mentioned it. I never even heard of it until you mentioned it. I have the Coast knife in, man, is all I can say. Which Coast knife did they send you? Did they send you the gentleman knife? Did they send you the gentleman knife? They sent me their, so they sent me the Coast knife. It's very clear that the Coast don't OEM their knives. Somebody else makes their knives. I'm pretty sure they are made by, I don't know who makes their knives. But they send me the Founders Edition of the LX5, the 533. I think Remit makes their knives. I don't really know. It feels like it's a Remit knife if it's something like that. Me and Nas, thanks for stopping by, sir. And also thanks for becoming a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. Super well appreciated. Yes, but I will say this. What I like about this knife specifically is they took the time to do a Damascus pattern on the stainless steel scales. I think it looks pretty nice. It's a frame lock, and at 89 bucks, I wouldn't spend the money. But when it drops down, let's see, it dropped down to 84. Nah, maybe not so much. But if it drops down to like below 70, then I think it's worth it. It's a nice little knife if you're in a nicer attire, right? If you're in nicer attire, I do think it's a nice little knife to carry with you as well. The full CJRB Pyrite with their RPM 9 steel that they claim is fantastic is $45. I think that it's the lowest price that it's ever been. Yeah, CJRB is having a lot of sales right now. The OG Pyrite, the Pyrite Light is obviously their #1 bestseller that just got released. Yeah, I'm seeing the Pyrite at $39. Which is the button lock with the thumb. If you want the thumb hole in a different blade shape, is $45, but then that thing is also 20% off coupon. So that might be something that you may want to check out as well. I mean, listen, the reason I didn't add too many of those on there, because CJRB and all the others, they do so many of these sales that they didn't really attract me as much. Like, I was watching Max Level EDC video earlier this morning. He has such a great point. It's like a lot of these things, like, they do it every week. Right, so you know, it kind of is what it is. Something that did draw my attention is these Bose Quiet Comfort. I don't know which QCs these are. I guess these are just a straight up Quiet Comfort, because I have the QC 35s. They also have the QC 45s, but my QC 35s I bought in 2015 at an airport because I forgot my headphones at home. And those things still get used by me to this day. I use them when I cut the lawn. So these things were $249 at their lowest point. They're in $199. This is the lowest price that they have ever been. Hey, listen, I don't always like earbuds in my ear. I mentioned the other day that I got my ears picked. You guys ever had your ears picked before? Go to a little Asian spa, get your ears picked. Man, that shit was fantastic. The little lady put on a flashlight on her freaking eyeballs and literally picked the earwax out of my ear. Freaking TMI too much. I understand all the other shit, but I thought that shit was weird. But because of that type of stuff, man, I'm not a big fan of putting stuff in my ear. So I gravitate towards over the ear and on the ear headphones naturally. $199, cheapest this has ever been. $43. This could be a great EDC little thing for you to throw. Pretty durable, and I don't know how good the noise canceling is on this, but over 3,300 ratings. I'm pretty sure this is not their first rodeo. Now, Dwayne mentioned this earlier in the Discord. You're part of the Discord, right? You should make sure you're part of the Discord. Here it is right here. And so the Discord itself is normally where you can throw any other deals that you find, right? So as soon as I saw that Leatherman deal, I threw it in the Discord. And it took me 3 more hours to go live. So imagine if this would have sold out in the 3 hours since this live stream started. So if you were in the Discord, I posted this and you can snatch it up. Dwayne also, he posted the Preppy box that we're going to take a look at, but other folks are brought, Crisco brought to my attention the Civivi Cache, which is what we looked at earlier. And Crisco also posted about is this the CJRB? I guess this is the Pyrite. Hold on, let's check this one out. Let's go visit this real quick. This one is $47, 40% off. Is this the lowest price? I think this might be the lowest price this thing has ever been. If I look at the pricing. This is okay. But which one is this? Let's just add it to the list because I kind of like the way this one looks. Kind of like the way that one looks. But yeah, join the Discord. When I get a chance, I will go through and verify, make sure everybody's verified, because I do have mods in here that will help with that. But Dwayne brought the Preppy box to my attention. I did a couple reviews on the Preppy stuff, and I thought their stuff was overpriced. That's the easiest summation I can give for their stuff, okay? Is that their stuff was kind of overpriced. Let me see if I got any new dumps in here real quick. Fighter flight. Oh yeah, you dumped this in there earlier. Is that custom scales on that bench? Ugh, sir. Look at the scales on that bug out. I don't even like lanyards and beads like that, but this one kind of got grandpa excited. You got the UV Olight in there. Your name is Fighter Flight Leatherworks. That makes sense that you made all your own leather. God damn, bro. Look at them scales on that bug out, bro. That's just, that shit gets grandpa excited. That gets grandpa excited. Got the Swiss Army knife and the Zippo sitting there. It looks like, what are you having, a goddamn Guinness? Enjoying yourself and all that good stuff. But yeah, so it just really depends, man. Join the Discord. But we got the Preppy Go box. Listen, the Preppy box. Okay, I like the Preppy Go box at $50. I do not like the Preppy box at $100. It lives at $100. Look at this. First time this thing has dropped down to $50. I didn't even know they sold stuff on Amazon. When I first engaged with Preppy, I was buying their stuff under my real name, sending it to my house because I didn't want them to know that a YouTuber was buying their crap, and I was doing reviews on their stuff. Field trip. So you go to YouTube Marine X Preppy. I did a lot of silly stuff with their stuff, y'all. I bought one of their 2-day survival kits. I bought one of their kits and I set it on fire. I bought one of their kits and I set it on fire, right? So this exact kit that we're looking at, I thought this was a decent kit, but not at $100. I need to update the links for this because obviously they now sell on, man, my dreads were a lot shorter back then. But the obviously they now sell on Amazon. So I've done an entire review on this kit and I think it's worth it at $50. I've also, like I said, I bought their $450 kit that they said can take 700 degrees of heat. They said it can take 700 degrees of heat. And let's just say that it didn't really make the cut. I lit it on fire with a blowtorch. And a lot of people said, well, you didn't really do that correctly. Let's just take a quick look. 300 and at the closest part of the torch itself is about 400 degrees. The tip is about 280. So we're not gonna activate the torch. We're just gonna try it like this. Let's just say that when I got done with this bag, it didn't pass my burn test. Preppy saw this video and they wanted to shit a brick, bro. Preppy saw this video and they wanted to shit a brick. They were like, well, that's not how you would use it. A fire doesn't work like that. I was like, man, how the fuck you know how fires work, bro? You put a goddamn bag in a house fire. You said that I can put my important medical documents in this thing and it's gonna be A-okay. I just set the shit on fire with a 300 degree torch And it didn't work like that. So they weren't too happy about it. But I will say their emergency kit, the one that we're going to be talking about here in a second, I think that's worth it at 50 bucks. This kit right here that cost me $450 that I burned and lit on fire and it didn't work. Yeah, you can freaking take a hard pass on that one. Hard pass on that one. But where's the Preppy kit? So I would say that overall, this specific kit at 50 bucks is worth it. It's a very well put together kit. It does have 3 days of water. It has a space blanket, which is really shitty. You can take it out and put your own in there. 3 days of food in there. It has candles inside. It's super well organized. You can read everything that's inside of it. I will give them the kudos for all of that. At 50 bucks, this is a good purchase. At 50 bucks, yeah, this is a good purchase. It says, was not expecting you to say that you set it on fire. No, sir, bro. I've posted over 600 videos on YouTube. Some of the shit I forgot, some of the ridiculous that I've done in the past. Thanks for being a goddamn member. And listen, let's just say that Mrs. X is tired of some of the shenanigans that I've done in this man cave, okay? Some of the shenanigans I've done in this goddamn man cave are redonkulous. You know, it is what it is. It has playing cards in there as well to keep your mind engaged, a really shitty multi-tool, and a really shitty flashlight. That's why you're a part of EDC, because you're going to upgrade these items. The flashlight, nah, it's not that great. The multi-tool is very bad, but it does have a whistle, which is better than using your voice to yell. And it has some 4-hour candles in there, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I think this is a decent survival kit that you can pick up. Dwayne, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We're just sitting here talking about the item that you identified in the Discord. We appreciate you for pointing that out. Now, so the Preppy, you know, the Preppy kit, they make some decent stuff, some stuff that you may want to check out and all that stuff overall. I've talked about some like EDC little bit drivers and all the other type of stuff. I normally don't like highlighting these unless they're less than 10 bucks. This one's $13.99. And normally $24.43. The reason I highlighted this is because it gives you a lot of long bits. It gives you a couple of bit drivers. It gives you some 5/16s for your boats. And then it gives you a relatively decent selection of T's. Looks like maybe that's a T20, T25 as well. Some Roberson bits. I mean, this is a pretty good set for $13.99. So I'm always, these things also snap together. These ABS tough cases snap together. So if you own multiple cases, boom, they snap together. You can use them like that. So I thought this might be good if you have your little EDC bit drivers, 1/4 bit drivers. 42 pieces for $13.99. Yeah, that's like 50 cents a piece. That's not bad. That makes a lot more sense versus spending the whole 25 bucks. Let me see, what else did we talk about? Now there's some things that I had on here earlier. Hold on, let me I just asked. Maybe I just talked about ashing on top of my desk and how I didn't want to do that, man. I did not want to do that. Let me grab a freaking blower real quick. Hold on. So I have this Hoto vacuum blower combo. It's a blower, okay, and it's a vacuum. So you put this on right here, you take the blower off, and now it's a vacuum. And now to vacuum all this shit up real quick. Let me mute you guys for a second and just get all this shit off my desk. But I'm gonna see if this blower vacuum combination is actually on the sale, because I actually use this shit multiple times, like a day in the man cave. Give me a second. All right, let's see if they got this Hoto vacuum, because I forgot this thing is actually kind of goated, bro. I forgot this thing is kind of goated. Good for your okay, it is on a Prime deal and it is $69. I don't know if I like the price. Hoto sent this to me. And now that I'm seeing the price, I don't know. I don't know if I like the price, bro. I'm not gonna add this to the list. I don't think, even at $69, I don't see the value. I see this one right here. I thought the Hoto was gonna be like, I guess I should have knew better. It's Hoto. I feel like the Hoto should have been like 53 bucks with the Prime Day deal. I'll link this one up below because this looks like everything the Hoto does, like literally. But it's just a nice little thing to be able to have to vacuum up your desk and or your man cave or your car or whatever. I use the shit in my coffee mess whenever I grind up coffee beans or whatever. Is always at the ready. So these type of little things, I'll link up. Actually, hold on, let me minimize that. I will link up the Hoto just in case, you know, I like that price. Freaking don't be a gatekeeper. Okay, all right, cool. I'll link this up for you. What, 99 bucks is the original price? I guess I should have knew better. It's freaking Hoto, right? Like they just come through with these prices or whatever. So I should have known what the deal is. But something else to think about as well, man. They had that earlier. Let's revisit this. What I was talking about earlier. Listen, if you missed the very beginning of the live stream, 40% off Daily Carry Co's entire website, guys. 40% off Daily Carry Co's entire website. Use the link that's in the description and use the code. Anything you throw in the cart, you put in that code, it gets you 40% off everything. I just put in the AI slide, which is their slide, still uses M390 blade steel. 99 bucks becomes 59 bucks. What? Stop playing with me. 99 bucks becomes 59 bucks. So one thing that I liked a lot, I have since sold it, is the TI slide at $200. I understand why they made it $200. It's a titanium body. It's level 5 grade titanium, which is the same type of titanium that can go into space. Do you need that for EDC? No. Did they decide to use it? Yes. It has a gravity hinge for satisfying openings, and it's a gravity knife. I mean, it's great. M390 blade steel, but 40% off, bro. Okay, now the price is a little bit interesting. It's a little bit more interesting when you tell me stuff like that. Olights are good. The only problem with them is the batteries and the chargers. Bro, you are 100% spot on when you say that. People don't understand this. One of my biggest gripes when it comes to Olight, sales and all. One of my biggest gripes when it comes to Olight is even if they use 18650 batteries, they're proprietary. They're so stupid. So like, if I want an 18650 battery from Olight, they're completely different from a normal 18650 battery. This one here, when it says customized, they effing mean that. You cannot just throw any 18650 battery into an Olight battery flashlight and it uses, because they literally change the surface of the top of the battery so that the flashlight works, which means if your battery runs out and you want to quickly swap it out, you have to use an Olight battery. I hate it. I don't like it. Didn't learn that until I tried to swap one out with a Nitecore battery. Didn't work. Then I tried to use a Surefire battery. Didn't work. Then I tried to use a freaking a Streamlight. Then I realized it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? That's why most women don't smoke sticks. None of them can stay lit for 20. Eddie says there's no such thing as a 20-minute test. bro. Hey, let me tell you something, man. My philosophy with that is I'm not going to comment on it so I can keep myself from going into the doghouse. But yeah, that's one of the biggest things with Olight. Pretty sure that's a curse word in Spanish. Oh, man. I just got the Chavez scapegoat. It's the scapegoat. Is that what they're called? Listen, I'm so like wet behind the ears when it comes to that stuff. Field trip. Scapegoat knife. I thought it was. Oh, it is called the scapegoat. A lot of people cream themselves for this freaking thing. It's also using M390. It's a clip point, which is like, okay. Titanium frame lock. I mean, it's a nice knife. What I like the most about it is the pocket clip. Other than that, it's kind of like, you know, other than that, I it's kind of like, you know, but everybody has their different vibes real quick. So, I mean, there's all sorts of little things I wanted to check out when it came to this thing. Now, let me see if I go back to the deals and steals. Let's go back here. Let's go to Prime Day. Let's just put in the word EDC, and let's see if anything new pops up. Olight's still doing their stuff. They've added some cologne. A lot of this stuff, this is why I didn't put it on the list. Like this Woburn E7, this Woburn E3. Technically, these are the lowest prices they've ever been, but they go on sale every week. And I don't know if I'm giving you guys any value by telling you about it. This price has gone up $5. When I told you about this flashlight earlier today, it was $69.99. It's now $74.88 or $74.98. So they're starting to bump the prices up slowly but surely on some of these items, which makes sense. Now, one thing I wanted to check out is to see if any of like the other companies that I frequent, let me go to my email and see if there's any companies that I frequent. Are they starting to also try to do any sales, any spotlight sales to compete with this Prime Day deals? Let me know if any of your favorite retailers or anything like that, if they're starting to do deals that I need to check out. So I'm looking at my email. Okay, so Esker is having a 25% off sale. So let's bring this in here real quick. So they're having a 25% off all wallets. So they're trying to compete as well, huh? It says, Marinex, you can swap the 18650 batteries in the SR12 baton. It's the only recharge. Okay, see? Look at that. So I have to seek out that specific flashlight, which I don't even own, and I probably don't even need, right? Because I got some banger flashlights, bro. Just to have that flexibility. You know what I'm saying? The resident mathematician. I should pour up some bourbon. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm trying to go 20 toes with Mrs. X later. I got to have all my senses. Got to have all my senses. So these prices aren't really knocking my socks off. A lot of times Esker will do a 40% off sale. But if you're going to ask me, if you wanted to pigeonhole me into anything, the thing I would spend my money on would be their new Finder card. Let me see. Let me look that up. I wonder if their Finder card is on the sale. They just came up. It's still not on sale. This is what I've been tracking. So their old Finder card was by Chippio, and shitty. It's so shitty. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. You have to charge it in the sun. Like you have to remember and take time out of your day to charge it in the sun or find some type of UV light solution. This thing just came out 3 weeks ago or maybe a month ago, 49 bucks. I'm waiting for this to go on sale. This is $49 sale. When this thing drops down, I'm going to pick me up one so I can throw it in my wallet. Because right now I am relegated to using a no-name brand when it comes to these Finder cards. So I'm using this Hivi, the Hive, whatever it's called. This is what I use on the Find My network. I got this on Amazon. It works just fine with my Find My network on and it charges with those 4 prongs right there. I literally take those 4 prongs and I can charge this thing. And the charge lasts, I think, 3 or 4 months. Let me see if mine's still on. Yeah, mine's on right now. So mine's working just fine. But I would like to get the Esker version. Just to have a little bit. I like this company. I've never heard of them before. I'm not the biggest fan of giving them my access to my location because I don't know who the F they are. But when I don't have a lot of options for these Finder cards right now. He says I'm looking to go 20 toes as well. While in the back installing some ceiling fans, yes sir. You know what's so crazy? Because I just got done installing a ceiling fan here in the man cave. I remember being like 16 years old installing a ceiling fan with my stepdad. And listen, shout out to my stepdad. If you're watching right now, you're about to catch a couple strays. He made it seem like the most difficult task on planet Earth. I mean, he was cussing and yelling, and he got shocked by some electricity and I just threw up 4 ceiling fans in 2 days while 5 of my kids are running around the house and my wife's fat ass is walking by, distracting me every now and again. Sir, I feel like it was not that big of a deal. Or maybe I'm more handy. I don't know. But he taught me everything I know. So maybe he taught me a bunch of stuff and I just expounded upon that. I don't know. Buy 2, get 25% off for Vertex accessories. That's not really, it's a decent deal. I just want these companies to really go balls to the wall when it comes to them trying to match some of these deals. When they're trying to match some of these deals, Okay, so Montana Knife Company. Oh, I thought they're having new hats. Okay, I love me some Montana Knife Company, but summer hats I wasn't expecting to see that as the deal. They just dropped some new hats if you want to see that. Okay, now this might be something. Ben Roos, 15%. There we go. Okay, listen, one of my favorite watch companies. 15% off of. Oh, these are some pretty good deals. This is another folks trying to match up with these freaking Prime Day deals. So one of my favorite watch companies, Ben Roos, they have a long storied history. You know, Ben Roos was issued initially to CIA agents and Navy SEALs, and they were used for them to set detonation charges, demo charges, and all that other type of stuff. They used them on submarines. They used them while in Vietnam. They also issued them to field soldiers in the army in Vietnam as well. Ben Roos watches can be seen on some Navy SEALs and CIA officers in historical videos. If you can find an original Ben Roos watch, they're worth $6,000. Easy. Ben Roos closed their doors in 1992-ish, something like that. And so ever since like the early 90s, there's only been Ben Roos Type 1C homages, right? Well, some wealthy dudes reopened Ben Roos in like 2017 or 2019. I forget the exact year, but they had a big bucks. They bought the Ben Roos name. They started issuing legit military reissues under their name. And it's been something interesting. So now, you know, so that kind of gives a backstory of why you're going to see some of these prices that are seeming quote unquote out of this world. But, you know, it does make a lot of sense. They're issuing some real stuff. So the Type 1C is one of my favorite military dive watches that I have. Full disclosure, Ben Roos sent this shit out to me for free. But I own other dive watches that I purchased on my own. This one, the quality on this makes a lot of sense it makes sense why they issued this to Navy SEAL, CIA officers, and to Navy pilots. This was one of the only watches that was issued to service members from the early 70s to the mid 80s that literally can go 35,000 feet in the air and be worn by a pilot, go, you know, however many feet below sea level a submarine goes and be worn by a Navy SEAL, and also be used while a CIA officer is bitch slapping somebody and trying to get some secrets out of them. That's pretty versatile. So they're having a little bit of sale going on as well, which I find to be very interesting. Let's see, going back here to, hold on, let me go back to this comment. Okay, we'll go back to this page. So we added that on there. Man, this is what I'm gonna do. What I'm probably gonna end up doing is do a wrap-up video for you guys. I think I might do a wrap-up video tomorrow. I want to see what type of deals come out tonight, because listen, I still think it's pretty shitty, Leatherman, that you're slow walking these deals out. Now, you know, I understand how it goes. But the fact that you're like slow walking these deals out is kind of like leads me to believe they're going to slow walk another Leatherman out. We're going to get some other type of deal out in the middle of the night, because they're bringing these things out very slowly but surely. In my opinion, I don't know if you necessarily need to get the Leatherman Wave Plus, because I think you could easily get the Gordon multi-tool from Harbor Freight, and it's basically like 90% of what the Leatherman Wave is, and it's significantly less money. So don't, just because I'm sitting here creaming all over the Leatherman Wave Plus doesn't mean I think it's God tier. There's some things that you can purchase that are like damn near replicas and spend significantly less money. The only issue I've had with the Gordon multi-tool from Harbor Freight is it's always not available. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always not available. Every time I come to their website, it says in-store only. I get on my e-bike, I ride to the Harbor Freight that's about 4 miles away from my house. I get there, the lady behind the desk, first off, doesn't know what the hell I'm talking about. I say, hey, do you have the Gordon multi-tool? She's like, what? You talk the 20 volt? No, not the 20 volt multi-tool, no, the multi-tool. I know oscillating multi-tool, but I want the hand one. I want the one with the pliers, right? Finally, I get a manager. He's like, yeah, we got 4, and they all sold out in 30 minutes. So, you know, it's hard to get your hands on this multi-tool. So I can understand why people are enjoy it quite a bit. Let's see. Should we wait till tomorrow or buy tonight? This is what I would say on anything Amazon related. If you see it, if you want it, and if you need it, buy it. That's just my opinion, because here's the thing, especially if it says shipped and sold by Amazon, right? Then you can just return it. If you find a better price, you can contact Amazon and say, hey, I bought this. Let me show you an example. Okay, let me show you an example. So I bought the Sony FX30, right? I bought the Sony FX30 on Amazon right before they dropped this price, right? So this right now is $1,598. Excuse me. This is $1,598. This thing normally sits around $1,799. This is the camera that I'm using right now. Let me see if I can find the renewed price. Because I think I spent $1,568. Hold on. Here it is right here. So I bought this camera literally a couple days ago. And when I bought this camera, I bought it for, I think I spent $1,568 on this camera, right? Now, 2 days later, a brand new version becomes available on Amazon, brand new. So if I don't feel comfortable with this renewed version, which I do feel comfortable with it, but let's just say I didn't feel comfortable with it, and I wanted to spend the additional $30, I could return this camera right now because it's Amazon, shipped and sold by Amazon, and get the brand new version that I know no one's ever touched before. However, the reason I'm not doing that is because Amazon renewed is guaranteed for 90 days or 60 days, one or the other. Plus, I bought the 3-year drop warranty. So if this shit falls off my desk right now, or if it falls into a puddle, they cover everything but stolen. So I can return it to them and say, my bad, I dropped it in the toilet, and they'll replace it. So, and it includes a charging brick, which I know sounds funny, but Sony cameras nowadays no longer include the charging brick. So I don't know if I want to spend $30 more to get less features, less stuff. But my point, to answer your question in a long-winded way, I buy stuff when I know I need it. If the price changes, I contact Amazon and see if they'll honor their price, or I return it and get the better price. That's just how I like to do it. But I needed a third camera body. Me and my wife are about to start podcasting more, and my 2 cameras would not work for that. I need 3 for the 2 of us. So that's why I made that purchase. So, I bought those cameras at 11 a.m. They just showed up to my door. Amazon is not fucking around. Wow, bro. You know that I just saw an article. Amazon Prime Day injuries. I think they said Amazon Prime Day injuries are accounting for like an atrocious amount of injuries for Amazon warehouse workers. I mean, I don't know how true it is. Amazon Prime causes workplace injuries. Senate probe finds. Are we contributing to this? Vegas Dad, are we contributing to this? The fact that you ordered your cameras this morning and some freaking young bubba just trying to make his money. And think about this. Jeff Bezos owns Amazon. He also owns this newspaper that's reporting on his other company, Amazon. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I couldn't own both Amazon and Washington Post. You think you're gonna write this story about me and I own you? Oh, Lauren and Caroline, I need y'all in my office by 7 a.m. tomorrow. I need you in my office by 7 a.m. tomorrow. Ain't no effing way you gonna write. What? Oh, yeah, freedom of speech. I believe in that shit, but I own this goddamn paper. You better let the Wall Street Journal or Axios or goddamn ABC News write that. Are we contributing to this? I don't know, man. You can put on your thinking cap and think about it and see if that's a true thing. It may be true. But at the same time, I ordered this flashlight during this morning's flash live stream, and it got here at 2000 today. So, You know, I live in the Dallas Metroplex, so I can understand why stuff gets here super fast, and I can understand why they don't want people getting injured, but I do like it. Anchor has some banging deals going on power stations. Ugh, bro. Let me tell you something. I got to put, okay, Anchor has sent me a power station before. EcoFlow has sent me a power station before. All Powers, and then I forget Dobson. Hold on, wait, what's this one? Not Selects. I've had a lot of them. I have a little bit of experience with these, with power stations. Okay, here's the thing. The way you know you're getting a good deal on a power station, so power stations, a good power station is usually $1 per watt hour. All right, so $1 per watt hour is how much a power station should cost. If it's more than that, you need to ask why. Like, why does it cost more than that? So for instance, this EcoFlow Delta 2 and is $479 on sale right now. Normal price $999. That's less than $1 per watt hour. $479 is a phenomenal price. This Delta 2 is what I use to literally run, it's my coffee mess, one of my areas around here. Okay. But I really like EcoFlow's power stations. I think they're God tier. Okay. Now, what's running this desk as we speak, like everything on this live stream is being run off of this little thing right here. This EcoFlow River 2 256 watt hour 1 hour fast charging power station. Everything's plugged up. I'm running a Apple Studio display. I got another monitor here, this camera. Everything is running off of this right now. Now obviously it's plugged into the wall, but the reason I like to run my equipment off of this thing is so that if right now I were to lose power, the live stream would go away because my Wi-Fi is upstairs, and that's not I was loose. But as soon as my Wi-Fi cuts back on, I will be able to continue to stream because none of this stuff's going to lose power. I need to go plug. I guess I should go plug my router and my Wi-Fi and my Wi-Fi up on one of these things, huh? I should go one of those as well. But I would say that EcoFlow is at the top of the food chain mainly because of their app, bro. It's the app. So like when we look at the Anchor Solex line of generators, they're really of power stations, they're really good. They a little bit more pricey per watt hour. Like if we were to compare these watt hour for watt hour, they're a little bit more pricey. For instance, this one's 1056 watt hours. We just looked at the River 2, or excuse me, we just saw the Delta 2, which was 1056 watt hours. That was $479. This one has the same watt hours, it's $499. It's a little bit more money, same watt hours. You know, it does have a better light on the front and it has more plugs on the front, but the app is just not as good as EcoFlow. So I really think it's EcoFlow at the top, Anchor second, and then there's just a bunch of scrubs in third place. There's just a bunch of scrubs in third place. One of my favorite scrub power stations is the All Powers. I gonna be doing a review on them soon. I mean, it's a great machine. Look at this, 1152 watt hours for $449. This is cheaper than the other two units by far. This is cheaper than the other two units by far. But the app is so shitty. They don't make their own power stations. I Googled, so I took this power station and I Googled the photo. I Googled it. And other companies that make power stations that look just like this. So I know that they're OEMing this from somewhere in China. Okay. So that's one thing. And their app definitely lets you know that. So if you don't care about the app support, this is a banger of a deal right here. $449 for this. Oh my God. Bro, oh my God. This shit right here is a banger of a price. You're spending like less than 50 cents a watt hour on this. But I will say they have God tier solar panels. All Powers have sent me their solar panels. EcoFlow, I love you guys, but your solar panels are way too pricey. All Power solar panels are fantastic. And then this one company sent me some power stations which are so shitty, I'm not even gonna do a video on it because I don't want them to endure the video because it's a really bad power station. I don't even see it popping up on here. Let's see, all departments. Here it is right here. This Togo Power. Oh my God, this shit. This is now in my blackout kit. It's just, this is the power station I'm gonna let my kids use if our lights go out so they can keep their iPads charged. This thing's really shitty. I'm not a fan of it at all. So that I won't do a video for them, and as well as this other company, Knots. So this company is called Knots. Test. Test. Uh-oh. I think I lost my headphones. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I think I'm back. I think I pulled on my headphones too hard. Maybe I got to buy headphones too on these deals. But they sent me this thing here, and it's working great. It's great. It's a nice little power station. I'm staring at it right now. It is 582 watt hours, but look at the price. 582 watt hours for $459. Y'all don't have any. I mean, yeah, you have a $200 off coupon right now, but I really feel like you should have a better pricing going on for Prime Day. I really feel like you should have better pricing going on for Prime Day. So I don't know if I'm going to do a video for them either. Another few issues I have with this one is, see these barrel plugs right here, right underneath the DC port. I use those plugs here in the man cave for some of my camera equipment. It automatically turns off after 4 or 5 minutes, and I don't know why. I literally push the DC on button, plug up my little barrel plugs for the item I'm trying to charge up, and it turns off. It's for lights. I use lights, and it turns off. And I was like, oh, y'all don't want me to do a video. You don't want me to do a video. You're already doing 600 watt hours for 500 for 450 bucks. It's already pricey, even with the coupon. I don't even care about that. So I will say, a long way to say that there's totem poles when it comes to these power stations. In Chicago, I can't get stuff from Amazon the same day. Down here in the swamp, everything is as a 2-day minimum. Even so, he's down there in the low country, South Carolina, Chicago, he can't get it. Here in the DFW Metroplex, if I sneeze too hard, my Amazon shit is gonna be here. This shit gets here so fast, man. It gets here so fast. That's one thing I do appreciate about living in the Metroplex overall, is just that speed of service, where we don't have to worry about, you know, waiting forever to get our items and all that good stuff. One thing also I wanted to bring up now, Oura-Ring is having a little sale on theirs. $404 is disgusting. First of all, it's so disgusting. And I wear an Ultra Human ring. Okay, Ultra Human already costs $100 less than them. Oura-Ring has a monthly subscription, and also they don't even send you a. So Ultra Human, if you decide to purchase from Ultra Human ring, they send you a fit. They send you a kit out and help you find the fit for your ring size. You can just straight up order it, or you can do right here where it says sizing kit. You can literally order a sizing kit for $1, or if you email them directly on their website, they'll send it to you for free. They just charge $1 on Amazon, and you can size the ring before you make the purchase. So I particularly wear a size 12 on my index finger. This is the ring that I'm wearing right now. This thing is so goated. So goated. When they say up to 6 days of battery life, they mean it. I literally forget. I'll be wearing this thing. Oh, less money. Okay, I'll check that out. I'll be wearing this thing for a while, and I just forget that it needs to be charged. Let's go back to the Oura-Ring real quick. So let's go to the black. Okay, 282 is more competitive. So they're having a Prime Day special. 282. But here's the thing though, the only thing that still makes me draw pause, and this is why the Samsung ring that just dropped, the Ultra Human ring, are right now more competitive than the Oura-Ring, is the monthly subscription. Now it's only $6 for the Oura-Ring monthly subscription, but still, my Ultra Human app is so freaking fantastic. Like, I wonder if I can log in and show you. It's just so fantastic, the type of stuff that I'm getting for my sleep data, and it's all included with the purchase of the ring. Now, I didn't buy it. They sent the shit out to me. But after I've had this thing for 6 months, it's just like, I 100% can understand why people thoroughly enjoy this ring. How do I sign in? Hold on. Like I 100% can understand why people enjoy this thing so much. I guess I can't log in online. I can only use the app. I thought I would be able to log in and show you guys my stats and data and stuff, but I'm not seeing that. When I'm on their website, it looks like it is literally just trying to get me to buy a ring, which is not what I want to do. Yeah, the Samsung Ring did just drop. The Samsung Ring just dropped. Samsung Smart Ring. Listen, when it comes to my everyday carry phone, I am so interested in this thing. Is $399. Ugh, that is just disgusting. I wonder if it has a monthly subscription. I wonder if this has a monthly subscription, because that thing is pricey. But I am very interested in getting the Google Pixel Fold 2 whenever that thing drops, whatever the hell they're gonna call it, because it is my Google Pixel 7. It's getting the job done and all that good stuff, but it's time, buddy. I need a better battery life. I want more features. I would like to be able to give my iPad mini to my sons and let them use that for their entertainment, and I can just use a Google Pixel Fold, just a big old screen in my pocket. Ugh, that sounds fantastic. What am I smoking? He says, I am smoking a JR Cigars. This is a alternative. So let me just show you their website. The JR Cigars is, I can't link tobacco in the description of YouTube videos because I will get in trouble, but I can show it to you and you can just go there. JR Cigars. Let me log in and just show you the my last purchase that I did. So a lot of times with JR Cigars, I'm on a monthly subscription with them. So if I go to my order history and I view this order, okay, love the fact that you have some cigar items on your Prime Day list. I have enjoyed some cigars, have tried smoking a pipe. You know, I've been trying to get down with a little bit of pipe stuff. It's just been, it has been an interesting, I don't know how to pack it correctly, and you know, and what if it tips over and the tobacco falls out, and can I set it down? It's just, I don't know. I don't even smoke sticks enough really to 100% know that it's worth it. Like for me, if I buy a 20 pack of cigars, they may last for 3 months because I don't smoke. You know, whenever you see, you guys may see me on videos or whatever the case may be, kind of enjoying those, but I oftentimes don't really smoke them too often. So this is what I'm smoking right now. This is a 20 count unnamed alternative. So they basically get these things rolled at certain farms in the Dominican Republic or Honduras or wherever. But those farms, they don't want their cigars being sold at a discount, but their cigars also are going to spoil. They're gonna, you know, tobacco doesn't last forever. So when these farms roll cigars and they need to sell them, they will sell them to companies like JR Cigars, will put their own band on them, and then you can buy them. So that's what I'm smoking right now. I'm smoking up, these things were like $105, and then they went on sale for 40% off a couple weeks ago, and I bought them. Boom, just pulled the trigger and made the purchase. So that's what I normally do. JR Cigars is what I mess with. I used to love Pixel phones and went back to them after the Samsung S21, but I can say I'm going back to Samsung. Here's the thing, horrible. I used to have oh my God, the titties that was in that phone were fantastic. Hey, I had the Samsung S5, I think it was. No, it was the Note 5. I had the Samsung Note 5. And I held on to that phone. Let me tell you something. I held on to that phone until the motherboard went out, bro. I got this phone when it released, and I wouldn't give it up. I would not give it up. It just kept working and kept working and kept working. I had this phone all the way until like 2016. And it was like, the motherboard finally went out. And Mrs. X was cool with that because I had all sorts of titties in there, and they weren't hers. And I was just like, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get rid of them. And I had a lot of broads send me the stuff in the past. I can't control how popular I was, blah, 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 blah. Mysteriously, this is before Google Photos existed, before the cloud was a big thing. The motherboard went out. And so I'm just like, hey. So even after the motherboard went out, I held on to them titties, held on to that phone. And then one day, Mrs. X was like, you want me to chunk this thing? I was like, man, I guess we can go and get rid of it, man. Try the Buffalo 10 Maduros. They're 25 for $5. Oh, bro, let me write that down, man. Let me write that down, man. That's what I'm saying. This type of knowledge is what I be talking about. First off, this is what I use. I need to see if this is on a Prime Day sale. The Field Notes reporter style notebook. Don't mind the fact that my camera's mirrored. But and I use a tactile turn pen for the day. Let's see if they got the Field Notes reporter style notebook. This is what I use for quick notes because I have my journal that I sell on my website. Maybe I should have did some goddamn Prime Day specials as well. I got some stuff I sell on my website. Let's see, Field Notes reporters style. All right, says I purchased this before. Nope, they're not having any specials. How do I go to the? Yeah, they're not having any special, but I really like this thing. I will buy it at full price again. It's just fantastic. But this is what I use to take quick notes. I'll drop this in here for you just to check it out. If anybody wants to check this thing out, this is what I keep by when someone tells me something like you just said and all that other type of stuff. Then absolutely, it says Mrs. X put the hex on that. Bro, that shit was crazy. Just got the Olight Arc Felt Pro for $20 off. Yeah, that thing is normally 99 bucks. It's $79.99 right now. That's a really good deal, Zach. What app do you use for sharing your screen? I'm using a program called Ecamm Live. It's only available on MacBooks, but Ecamm Live is what I use whenever I'm live streaming. And I can even do stuff like I can go like live demo mode, which is going to look crazy to you, but this shows you everything that I'm looking at. So I can see, this is the second screen that you can't see. I can see y'all's comments, and I got my little notes right here, and I got my email pulled up, and this is everything that I see whenever I'm talking to you guys. So Ecamm Live is a very powerful program that I use to do interviews and all that type of stuff. So when I did the interview with former President Trump's lawyer, because you know Benchmade is suing Montana Knife Company, and Montana Knife Company pulled their balls out and hired Tim Palatori. I used this program to conduct that interview with former President Trump's lawyer, Montana Knife Company, and all the other type of stuff. Oh yeah, I like the Write in the Rain field notes, bro. I'm telling you, man. Field notes is just a good product overall compared to field books. Like, they are distinctly different. You can tell the difference between the two. So they rarely do sales. Like, they just don't. I mean, they got this one, like field book is on sale, but field book and field notes are not the same company. I love your content, help you decide. Hey, I appreciate that, Zach, man. 100%. Boo, love the field notes. What app are you using here? I had the Note 4. I rocked it. You know what, Irvin? I think I had the Note 4, bro. I don't even think it was the Note 5. It was one of those two. It was one of those two. And it's so crazy because the so one of the broads I used to mess with, I saw her a couple of weeks ago. I went out, I was filming a concert. One of my buddies had Pretty Ricky come out to a club. Of course, I own a bunch of YouTube equipment. He said, hey, can I pay you to film some vertical content? I said, yeah, so sure. So I get out there. One of the broads I used to talk to was there. I was like, hey, what's up? Blah, 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 blah. And I told him, I got back, I told Mrs. X, I said, hey, this chick I used to talk to was at the club. And she was like, well, show me what she looked like. I showed it to her. She was like, oh, reach out to her. She can become a girlfriend. I said, God damn. She can be both our girlfriend. I said, girl, this is why we married. He says, I prefer the non-spiral. Yeah, I can agree with that, James. The non-spiral is more preferred, especially when it's going inside of one of my kits. But this notebook lives on my desk. And because the spiral is at the top, because I agree with you. The spiral gets on my nerve. If there's a chance that it's going to touch my wrist, the spiral gets on my nerves. But if it's not like that, then I don't worry about it too much. This just in, the small tagged out just got released by Benchmade. Really? So they say. Let me see what this thing looks like. So $190 ill. That price is up there. Mini tagged out. I guess the regular size tagged out must have been really good. This is CPM 154 blade steel. I don't know, man. I don't know if I like the price. Field trip. Let me just show you, like, this is why it's hard for me to buy stuff directly from Blade HQ or Benchmade when it comes to Benchmade pricing, because Benchmade gives such better pricing to the base, to veterans, which they should. They should give it to first responders and veterans and current active duty and all that type of stuff. Look at this pricing on, if you are a veteran. I know Dwayne is in here as a veteran. We got some other folks in here that are veteran or active duty. If you're a veteran, these sales right now on base for the Benchmade items are ridiculous. I showed this earlier on the live stream, but I need to show it again. If you're able to shop on the base, and I'm going to throw this in here, Semper Fi, I see you out there, man. I'm just telling you, bruh. If you're able to shop myexchange.com, you go there, you register, you give them your name, your birthday, and I think the year you separated, and they can automatically know that you were in the military. And then from there, you're able to shop on base. You can get a Benchmade bug out for $94.50. Why would I spend $160 on a Benchmade bug out? And let me tell you something. When the Benchmade bug out released in 2017, you know what the price was? $135. The base has never raised the price on the bug out since it dropped. As a matter of fact, I remember watching Gideon's tactical video when he did his video on the Benchmade bug out 6 years ago. He said he got it on special for $115 because he bought it pre-release. Could you imagine getting the Benchmade bug out anywhere for $115? Nah. Except for, I appreciate the fact that they do this, but I just kind of wish that they would keep the MSRPs where they should be. The aluminium scale bug out for $154, banger. It's my if I had to carry only one bug out, it would be the aluminium scale bug out. It's the one that feels the best in the hand. I love the coating on the blade. It's S90V instead of S30V. It's fantastic. And of course, my carry for today is the Benchmade bailout. That's not on sale, but it's just still, the pricing is completely different. Completely different if you have access to the base. And even GovX. You know what I'm saying? Listen, this Traveler's Notebook that you're talking about, you pimping, let me tell you, bruh. I saw, whose video was that? I think it was, I forgot whose video I saw on it. He's an EDC guy. Real cool dude, Asian guy. I can't remember his name. He did a great video on it. It almost convinced me to get it, but I sell my own notebook on my website. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Vegas Dad says, Blade HQ just pulled a Benchmade. HQ just sent Crispy Donut a cease and desist. Oh, Vegas Dad, I was waiting for somebody to bring that up because I didn't want to bring it up. Okay, I'll bring it up now. Since you brought it up, I'll talk about it, okay? So, Blade HQ has sent Crispy Donut a cease and desist for every single knife that they make. They've sent them a cease and desist for every single knife that they make. And it's basically about to cripple CDC, the Crispy Donut community. They sent them a cease and desist, and they're alleging that CDC is copying their dessert design. So Blade HQ calls their sprinkle design dessert. CDC calls their design, I think, what, the donut, right? It might be, no, it wasn't Accessorize Me. So CDC Hansen, let me see if their website's still up. So the Crispy Donut community, they make, you know, they have these patterned as well, right? And I own the CDC Hansen, but they sell, you know, they have a few items that you can pick up or whatever. So for instance, you may want it. They just got done landing this deal with CJRB. Literally, they just got this deal landed. And this is what their design looks like. Blade HQ sent them a cease and desist, and they're saying that they are copying their dessert pattern. Now, just 10,000 feet up, I'm not a lawyer. You know, I used to teach at a law school, but I didn't, and I used to teach lawyers, but I'm not a lawyer. And what I can say is that it feels a little unfair. I would say that I told CDC my advice to them would be, if you were using this design before they were using the dessert design, to fight it, but you gotta spend money to fight it. You gotta spend money to fight it. I don't know, you know, this is all alleged. I don't really know the validity of it. You know, if it is true that one is using each other's design, I think they both can live in the same space, in my opinion. This is just me speaking on my opinion overall. I think that they both can live in the same space. Like I oftentimes, before I got my hands on a CDC knife, I oftentimes got confused, right? I didn't know, I thought CDC and dessert were the same thing. I didn't know they were two different things. And I had a conversation with the owners of CDC. One of them is a correctional officer, the other one's a law. He's a police officer. And they came up with their concept because they like donuts, right? And so hopefully it works out for them. I would hate to see their company go away, because Blade HQ got long money. Blade HQ got long money. So I don't know if they sent them that letter because they want to inquire. I don't even see like nothing jumps out me as having the exact same design. For instance, like when I look, it's Maurice Moves. David, thank you so much, sir. Appreciate that. That's who it was. But their design for their dessert series is like painted on. Does that make sense? Look at it. Look really closely. It looks like painted on, right? Look at the CDC design. CDC's design is like notched in. So it's like not exactly the same, I guess. See how it's notches? Like it looks like they took these G10 scales and sent it through a CNC machine and actually carved out the notches. If you look at Blade HQ, it looks like they sent these G10 scales through Cerakoting or some type of paint process. But I don't know. You know, I just really hope it works out for them. They're a small business, and I didn't want to go public with it until I'm assuming they went public with it. If that's how you knew about it, Vegas Dad, or Matt, or somehow one way or the other. But I think that really does suck. I thought food and dessert thing was the same thing, was mixed. Yeah, I'm still trying to learn a lot about it, man. Blade HQ didn't invent a donut with sprinkles. Yeah, they are mad no one is buying their stuff and CDC is blowing up. It's different to me. You know, that's the thing though, because in the cease and desist letter, I read it. They not only want them to stop doing it, they also want CDC to send them all their financials so they can show how much people have bought. I'm like, God damn, they are coming for y'all's throat. Now the thing is I'm talking about this stuff not out of school, because if they did eventually end up suing CDC, I will be able to go look this stuff up. I know I can go on. I know how to go on court websites and look up whatever I need to. So as long as it wasn't filed under seal, we will be able to look this up anyway. But also I've been trying to get my hands on the hot dog. Hey, listen, that wiener. Pause. You not trying to get your hands on the hot dog, Angel? Pause. I feel you on that though. I had a CDC Vodsteed Raccoon, also a Pyrite from Blade HQ. Totally different designs. And that's the thing, Si, like what feels different about it? Does it feel more like, you know what I'm saying? Can you feel the difference, or can you just see the difference? Now this is a CJRB. I think they also had, you said that they had the Vodsteed. I didn't even know they had a collab with the Vodsteed. They have some collabs with some big knife companies. I used to have a Costco, whatever you call this shit. I have a Hanson in my drawer over there. I have a white Hanson. I met the owners of the Dead Reckon, I think this knife is called. So they've had some decent collaborations. Oh, that Bronny has his own little area. That's dope. Okay, Bronny, I see you out here, man. I see you out here. So I hope it does work out for them. I would hate to see them disappear over like legal action. You know what I'm saying? And I wish them the best. I really do. He says no, Diddy. Absolutely. Hey guys, hey, hold on. Let me go real quick because I'm gonna hate myself. And it's let Let me just check and see if I see anything that's popping up and grabbing my attention real quick. Didn't Blade HQ give a free mini pyrite when you spend $130 or so on a Father's Day deal? I don't know about Father's Day. You know, I do follow their deals. The last major deal for them that I followed was their red, white, and blue sale that they had for the 4th of July. I have the Elementum scales for the X-Acto knife and a few of their pry bars. Yeah, it does suck that they let me just see if they got anything else that's kind of like I'm constantly searching Leatherman because I feel like Leatherman's going to feed us a little bit more. No, they haven't fed us anything else new yet. Okay, so that's what I'm going to keep my eye on, guys. I'm going to see if I don't know if I'm going to go live again tomorrow. I might just do a wrap-up video tomorrow. It says the Blade HQ is painted. Paint is coming off the button lock. Yeah, there you go. There you go. You know, I will say that the CDC is CNC machine. You know, theirs is CNC machine. Yeah, guys. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna probably end up doing a wrap up video tomorrow if I want to. I don't know if I will. Right now I'm in the middle of doing a video for creating an EDC for real human beings because some of our EDCs are not for humans. They're just over the top. So I think it just makes sense for me to kind of talk about like pumping your brakes a little bit, not always doing the absolute most when it comes to some of these everyday carries. So wait, Leatherman has accessories at 7-Eleven? Really? Like the store? What am I missing? Maybe that comment went past me a little bit. Maybe that comment went past me real bit. Hey, I appreciate y'all once again for stopping by, man. Hit that like button on your way out. Hit the subscribe button as well. I love to have you part of the battalion, guys. Listen, I got shit to do. Mostly go 20 toes. Wish me luck. We will speak soon.